Okay, so we're on the third episode of the startup story of the golf room, right? And we're talking about how it all started, how I grew up in Columbus, playing golf, trying to get more consistent, trying to build what I wanted to do, but I didn't have any guide, right? I had no way of doing it. I felt like I was putting a puzzle together with no picture on the box, and I was like handed these puzzle pieces like through Golf Digest articles and so on and so forth, saying, here you go, do it. And I'm like, I don't know what order they go in. How do you do this? So, but then finally I met Jack Nicklaus, met Mike Bender. They go, man, you got to build a stock shot. I was like, that's it. That's what I need to do. I need to find a stock shot. So now I'm starting to get the formula, right? Then I go out and play. And I'm playing professional golf. We've got a couple kids at this time. I'm playing 40 weeks a year in 20 countries, and I miss my kids. I want to be a dad, and I feel my heart like starting to turn and be like, okay, maybe playing golf is not for you, right? So at this point, I'll never forget, I'm walking down the street in Montevideo, Uruguay. And I'm walking down the street. I had just missed the cut. And I was like, I walked through that city for 6 hours. And to be really honest, crying, like full on sobbing. Because it was at this moment in my life, I had been practicing and playing my entire life. And it was at this moment where I felt kind of God pulling on my heart to say, I got other plans. Like, you're just not that good. So that's not what he said, but like he said, I got other plans for you. So, and it was hard because I had spent every ounce of my being, of my soul, had been working towards playing professional golf. Like my parents would say in high school, they'd be like, Kyle, you need to get a job. And I'd go, I have one. It's called golfing. And I'm going to go to college for free. And that's going to be, Seton Hall is $70,000. And that's going to be a $280,000 scholarship because I'm going for free, which ended up happening. So that was my job. My job since I was 10 years old. My dad used to drop me off at the golf course at 7:30 in the morning at this course called Shamrock, which many of you guys might know here in Columbus. And he would drop me off at 7:30 in the morning, and I would play 54 holes of golf every day walking, every day in the summer, starting in 6th grade. And so this playing was like everything. My identity at this moment was like in golf, which it shouldn't be, but it was. And, I was living and dying by playing. So me changing and saying, I need to not do this was really, really hard. So I get on a plane, I come home, and I'm sitting there. Now I'm holding Rowan. So this is our second child. And I'm holding her in her room, and this is in 2015, in March of 2015. Or not March, it was like July or August. And I'm sitting there holding her, and we kind of fall asleep. And I just get like a very at peace feeling, and kind of like I'm sitting there holding, kind of falling asleep. And I'm holding her, and at this moment, I kind of hear like, okay, like, I need to take what I know, and I need to build players' games and build them upon rock and not on sand. And I need to build their game and help build their life in a holistic approach and give them the structure and the holistic approach that I wanted as a tour player. Because remember, back to the startup story of 1 and 2, I wanted to bring my team together. I wanted to have this holistic approach where all things are working together, but I couldn't do it because I was broke, and it's hard to get all people on the same page. So I go, I need to create this. I need to create a facility, a place, because I felt like I was getting called into teaching, because the things that made me struggle as a player are actually the things that make me a great instructor. So, everything has its costs and benefits. The things that made me bad as a player actually make me good as an instructor. So in 2015, I'm sitting there holding her, and I go, I need to build a facility where I'm building players lives and games upon rock and not on sand. And I need to create a holistic approach where we put all the coaching that a player needs and we put it under one roof so that they can become as good as they can get, and they can now build a stock shot and do it with a systematic approach to their development, because everything is just as important as another thing, right? Nothing is less important than the other. So like if I like back to the Trevor Immelman thing that we talked about, like I could try to get my elbow, but if I didn't have mobility in my shoulder, I couldn't do that, right? If I was hitting it really, really good, but then when I got under pressure, my heart rate was going high and I didn't know how to manage myself, that will always win. I will always have, my heart rate will always beat, or my brain will always beat my skill. So when that would happen, that will make it really, really hard to compete. And then if I am playing golf and I hit it really good, but my shot dispersion's crooked, right? Or not crooked, but I'm hitting it really good, but I don't know how to choose good targets, then I'm gonna hit it too close, like be aiming at flags, and then just because I'm a human being, like my cone or my dispersion of where I'm aiming, I'm not gonna hit as many shots. So not everything was as important as the other, and this is where my brain goes, okay, maybe I'm getting moved into an arena of coaching. And maybe what I need to do, or not maybe, I need to build a facility and build the best training coaching facility in the world. And there's nothing else that will satisfy it other than the best in the world. And this is where it all came. And now I have to go out and I need to assemble my team. I need to assemble my dream team to make it so that we can do this all under one roof. And this is now moving into the fall of 2015. So let's talk a little bit about how I came about the dream team and who they are.